Welcome to For the Common Good with Juanita, a show where we inform, inspire, and empower our communities, our businesses, and people just like you. So whether you want to start that new business or expand and grow your business, help communities, or just live your best life, we have something for you. And we've got two wonderful guests in the studio today, Sean Foster and Chris Davis. They are a producer musician team, and I am so excited about their being here in the studio today. They've gone from serving in the U.S. military to serving it on the iTunes Top 200 chart. As a matter of fact, they have several songs on the chart. That is just awesome. So welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, this is great. Exciting. So did you always have a passion for music?
Yeah, I would say always, playing the drums in church and all that stuff.
So did you started in the church?
Yeah, started in the church.
Wow.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, I sang in the church choir as a little kid. It wasn't very good, but yeah, I sang in the choir as a kid.
Wow. So, it's amazing how many artists start in the church and they have that upbringing. And so that really has very, given you that foundation. And so you had some experience there and you sort of fell in love with it. You were passionate about it. You thought it was something you wanted to do.
Kind of always been in something I wanted to do. And like I said, just coming back, like going through cognitive therapy and getting back to my senses, after suffering with PTSD and traumatic brain injuries, and realize that music is my outlet. So I was like, okay,
now you were jumping out of planes.
Yeah, jumping out of
paratrooper.
Planes, paratrooper, like 82nd Airborne Division.
Ooh.
Yeah, about at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Yes, ma'am. So definitely had over 100 jumps. So that's pretty cool.
It certainly takes a lot of courage for that, but this industry is full of competition, so it takes courage for that, to counter that.
For yourself,
yeah,
and especially with the industry, getting out and networking. Sometimes that person that can open the door for you can be right in front of you, but you can get timid and shy and be like, I'm scared they're gonna say no. What if they say? And you kind of talk yourself out of it. So I think me just I really don't care. So not saying I don't care, but I'll approach anyone, I'll have a conversation with anyone, and just, we're all human beings at the end of the day. The worst thing is be like, nah, I can't help you this. So it's like, all right, cool.
Right, the worst they can do is say no. So what sets you apart, though, from your competition?
I think for me personally, I think just my consistency, and I think my ability to hear the word no and keep going forward. I think, don't quote me, but I think the Dalai Lama states that someone that's really trying to get somewhere, they will fail more times than most people will even try.
I love that.
And for me,
it's true.
I've learned that I might have to write 100 songs for one of them to be good, and I have the courage and I have the faith in myself to keep writing those songs till I get to the 101st song.
Wow.
And hopefully that's the one.
And most people stop. When after constant failure, they just give up, and it could be that very next step could be the winning step there.
It's like maybe I'm stubborn, maybe I'm crazy, but either way, I'm having fun.
Okay, it's one way of looking at it.
Definitely work ethic. That definitely separates. Work ethic, and then I would say selfless service. They say the quickest way to $1 million is to make somebody else $1 million. Like that.
There you go.
Fast, like witness, I've seen it. So it's like being selfless enough to put others in front of me, and then coming from dealing with all kinds of people from all walks of life, from being in the military, definitely helped me in this industry too, because you deal with all walks of life, kind of like a similar format, and except for it's a corporation, it's a business. That'd be the only difference, but that definitely separates because a lot of people don't understand the business of this whole industry, and that's why they get stuck and can't figure out why am I not being successful, why not succeeding, because they're just trying to be a superstar and not trying to actually learn that this is a business. Everything comes with a cost. Everything comes with like a revolving door.
Right.
Everything's a 360 back around.
Right. Well, what was it like being in LA for you? I mean, because that's where there's so many artists out there, but there's so much competition out there. When you think about successful artists, you think about LA, Hollywood.
We had a super unique advantage. So the school that we both attended had a studio in it, like state of the art, pretty fancy, fancy studios. And so our dialogue was very much, hey, what are you doing on Tuesday at 7:00? Come to the studio. We weren't really passive. We didn't really, hey, do you think maybe if you have it some time, would you want to possibly? No, man, come in the studio. It's free. It's open. And that's how we were able to work with hundreds of independent artists in LA.
Wow.
From 2016 or about 2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like consistent.
Wow, we are going to, I can't wait to ask you more questions. This is fascinating. You've been listening to For the Common Good with Juanita. We'll be right back. Welcome back to For the Common Good with Juanita. I'm in the studio today with two wonderful guests, Sean Foster and Chris Davis. This producer-musician team is giving me a lot of good information about their career, their successful career, but I know this journey has not always been peaches and cream. You've had some challenges, and I know you've talked about homelessness, sleeping in your car.
Yeah.
In California?
We both have slept in our car. And, it's just, it comes with this, like when you switching from one profession to another and you don't really have the finances,
right?
You got to be willing to sacrifice and do what it takes to get to the next one, because even though sleeping in the car is only temporary.
Yeah.
Even Tyler Perry was homeless.
Right.
Many of the stars slept in their car.
You have to realize that, you can sacrifice and just save a little bit to have a, look at the bigger picture, not the 40-yard, not the 40-yard goal. Wow. Look at the 40-year goal. Look at the 100-yard goal. Thinking outside the box, like, all right, I can sleep in my car. I'll be all right. I'm a soldier anyway at the end of the day. I lived in boxing. I slept overseas. I done slept in the dirt. I done stayed up 2-3 days.
Wow.
And just sleeping against a wall, wherever I can lay my head down. So I think that had a lot to do with, living in a car ain't too bad. I can take a shower at the gym. I'm good,
Right.
All the gyms got showers, so get a little $5 membership. You good. You'll be all right, for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, however it takes. And then also, big challenge would be, the military is over. What next? And, feeling worthless, feeling down, and watching other people become more successful than you, and just things that you felt like were successful, because the things that really are successful are not monetized and are not, all the assets, I got a fancy car and all that. That to me, that's not success. Living and doing what you want to do every day, and waking up and doing what you want to do every day and having fun. That's success for me. Having your family support you, being able to be there for your family, and be able to support family members. That's all success and stuff to me. So I would say just having suicidal ideation, oh my God, it's over, it's the end of the world, because you're not really trained in the military to think outside of what's after this. So that was probably one of my biggest challenges, was just dealing with depression and anxiety, all the stuff that kind of comes with the PTSD and TBI.
Wow. So you just had to keep that vision, stay focused.
Stay focused.
Wow. So what moments do you look back on now as, that you look at fondly? You say that was a great moment in my life. When what happened? What was that for you, each of you?
I would say there again, when I speak on music things, I like to talk about the psychological aspect and what occurs internally within me. There was a time my mother, not to make it too dark, but she recently overcame breast cancer, and I remember there's a ceremony when you beat it, you ring a bell, and I'll never forget the look in her face of, hey, this thing almost killed me. I beat it. I had faith in God. I had faith in myself, and I was strong. And now I get to ring the bell. And my mom's 5'1", and I was like, if this little woman here has that much heart, and I'm her son, I represent her, I have no choice but to thrive in this world. I have no choice. Look at who I come from.
Wow.
So that for me was a big moment in my life, a very fond moment for me. That let me know.
And you're getting emotional about that, because it's a very
it's
personal.
It's a little personal, but looking back, it was a great moment.
Yeah.
It was a great moment.
Unbelievable. Wow.
And I would say have my father pass away, dealing with that, becoming the next guy up. I'm the oldest.
You're taking over the family. Everybody's looking at you.
Everybody, my mama.
That's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. So you got to step it up, because you're not going to fold. You don't want to be like, oh my God, he crumbled. And that kind of made me stronger and more built for just being successful in life in general. That was a whole different stepping stone in we never saw it coming. It was unexpected. My father passed away, not talk about that, but overcoming that and, you know, being able to push through that helped me see like, man, this is it. Like, I really got to do this for real. Like, I really got to give my all because I got all these people that's counting on me and relying on me to be successful. So it's like, I have to like do what I need to do.
Wow. You know, that is amazing. And certainly you just keep pushing forward and you just know that sooner or later you're going to get there. Absolutely. You know, it's that next step, the very next step, the one where most people give up before they get there.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, this is great. What would you want to say to young people now? I mean, there's so many millennials coming up who want to be exactly where you are. What would you say to them? Is it too hard, too difficult, you think? Or, you know, what advice would you give them?
I would say listen to your parents, first of all. Then I would say find, you know, your role models and your mentors. I think mentorship is something that's been big for me because I was an athlete coming up. So, like, I had a ton of coaches and, you know, just youth mentors that really, really kind of, you know, took me along under their wing and really helped me and really, you know, shaped and molded me. And I think, you know, if I was young now, I would just say, you know, just listen to the people around you that care about you.
Yeah, right. Great. This is exciting. You've been watching For the Common Good with Juanita, and I've been talking to this producer, musician team, and we're going to hear more from them. Stay tuned. We're taking a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to For the Common Good with Juanita. And I'm talking in the studio today to Shane Foster and Chris Davis, our guest here, producer, musician team. So I wanted to ask you guys, what are your aspirations about the future and moving forward in the future? What are some types of things that you're doing and who are you working with? And
I think like giving back and like actually giving free game, well, not free game, giving game to up and coming artists. Kind of like, since we kind of figured out the blueprint to this industry on the independent side to kind of help them, because most artists, they want to be signing. We had the label, but we can pretty much give them the tools and definitely mold them to get them where they can be in a situation where they can negotiate instead of just getting into a messed up 360 deal or a bad contract or one song deal where it's not really monetizing. Like, already be making money from it, show them how to make money from this already. And then they can have something on the table to negotiate with to be a bigger brand. So
are these artists coming to you, or how do you find them? Or you can spot the talent, or how does that work?
They normally come to us. It's mainly like doing business. When an artist does business with me, I know they're taking it serious.
Okay.
They don't do business with me, and they looking for a handout. They're really not ready for this industry. And I kind of like go to the left with it, like, you ain't really ready if you asking for, you know, free stuff. But like, you come like, hey, I got a budget. Like, this is what I got for my budget. Can you help me do this? I'm very more suggested to help you. And I think that's what I learned about the industry, and, you know, looking at my peers, looking at people that's above me, like, they do the same way. Like, yeah, like, I help you. I see you doing this, doing that. If people see you invest into yourself and invest into your craft, they're going to take you more serious, and they want to help you invest. You know, kind of like, man, I like that. You know what? Maybe I can, you know, get a little percentage if I can just help them out with this. I got a couple, you know. People look at ROI. They look at ROI and investment. Like, you want to be on the label or something, they looking at the ROI. Like, how much money can we make off you? They don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them and how much money you can make for them. So don't get that, you know, that mindset and forgotten about that. You know, this is a business. Like, you got to make money for people. And people want their money back when they give you a certain amount of money. So
yeah, that investment. Yeah.
And for me, I just want to, you know, keep creating just, you know, captivating art. I just want to keep building my legacy. You know, and I have aspirations of being, you know, remembered as one of the best people to ever do it, you know, in terms of, you know, producing, writing, and engineering. Yeah.
How do you keep it fresh, though? I mean, you know, exciting, new, relevant, all of those things.
I think for me, I try to find inspiration in a variety of ways. You know, I might go out to events. You know, movies really inspire me, too, because I just feel like movies and music kind of just, you know, they kind of just live, you know, just live in the same space. But for me, then I would say I often try to challenge myself, try to do something different, try to do something unique and what
Right.
would be perceived as incorrect, but make it, mine on purpose.
Ah,
You know.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say stepping outside the box, you know, doing stuff that I haven't done yet in this industry. It's like such a long list of stuff that you want to do anyway, and just staying reasonable and fair within that. And I will also say, like I said, helping other people out along the way, that doing the same thing you kind of move in parallel together instead of against each other. You know, it's enough room at the top for everybody. That's how I feel about it.
Ah, I love that.
It doesn't have to just be one person at the top. It can be 10 to 15, 20 people at the top. And I think if people get out of that mindset, the world will be a better place too, you know, and people will be more successful in life in general.
Wow. So what's coming up next for you?
I think right now we're working on developmental artist, Taliban Teasy out of Wisconsin. Shout out to him. He got a big project coming out, a song called Settle.
Yeah.
That's coming out, and then also a video that's going to be on MTV and VH1 that's already got picked up for it.
Oh,
so
wow.
kind of looking forward to that, and
Awesome.
knowing that we definitely played a background role, even though we helped with the songwriting, production, and engineering, but just letting the artist be the artist, you know, and just have fun doing it too.
Wow.
And he came from the bottom, from not even doing music, nothing at all, to like now he's about to have probably a hit.
Oh,
You know?
wow. That takes a long time to develop that kind of talent,
Definitely
though.
perseverance and like really want to do this.
Wow.
We want to just build overall awareness for the brand, and eventually be remembered and revered as one of the best like kind of management production record label companies to ever exist. Like a Bad Boy, like a QC here in Atlanta. And just keep building from there.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. Well, good luck to you both, because I certainly think you have your eyes set on what you want to do on the prize, and you just keep moving forward, just keeping it real, staying grounded though, Yeah, the humility.
Research and analytics, that's how I do. That's how I stay in touch with everybody and what's going on in the industry, and because it's constantly changing every day. It's actually like I get on. That powerful tool we have, like a lot of people forget about that phone.
Oh, yeah.
You can do everything on that phone
Yeah.
now, like compared to like coming up, like you had to actually read and research and go out and get to people. You can do everything from your phone and go, okay, cool. I like this. Okay, they doing this. This is working for them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I should try this.
You know what they said,
Yeah,
about 40% of our revenue now in businesses comes from some type of internet or social media
That's remarkable.
content.
Yeah.
40%. I didn't know that.
That's
Oh, wow.
it's huge. It's huge. So tell the viewers how they can reach you to find out more information about what you're
You
doing.
can go to our website, www.dfdmusic.com. You can also find me on all social media platforms at The Real Shane Foster and at Go Davis Chris.
Great.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at GoDavisChris.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being in the studio today and talking about the great work that you're doing for the common good. You've been listening to For the Common Good with Juanita, where we inform, inspire, and empower our communities, businesses, and people just like you.